Burna Boy chats with fans during Twitter interview, drags Ricardo Banks. Nigerian musician Damini Ogulu, popularly known as Burna Boy, grants an interview on a social media page to give his fans content while they are isolated during the coronavirus outbreak. The African giant took to his Twitter page to start a question and answer session with the hashtag AskBurna and got a couple of questions from his fans. The question and answer segment goes as follows. Question: we don't need you live here. Go back to your community and do something meaningful to them during this hard time of coronavirus. Burna Boy replied, even though I do my best for as many as I can, and I urge everyone who can to do the same, the fact that I do does not mean it's my job. That is the government's job, not mine. So don't come here to advise me and advise your government and see if they will answer you. Another person asked, Burna Boy is on his best behavior today. He replied, I'm always on my best behavior. I'm just here waiting for someone or any FT to try the king today. Another question. Let's discuss the way forward, sir. You could be the next leader. Hashtag lockdown. Burna Boy replied, there is no way forward, my brother. We must all just do what we can for each other because clearly nobody sent us like that. Question. When did you start music career? What motivated you to start and what were the challenges you experienced when you started? I started in 2010. Burna Boy replied, I started in 2010. I was motivated by my talent, passion, family, Africa and fella. Twitter does not have enough space for me to talk about the challenges. Just know that the challenges don't stop when you are on top. They get worse. One guy wrote, Ogun kill you there, cloud chaser. Burna Boy replied, Ogun only kills my enemies. Question. What has been your most challenging collaboration so far? Burna Boy replied, most challenging was Angelique Kidjo because I looked for her since 2011 and only got to work with her in 2019. Another question, should we expect a Burna Boy album this year? That's the plan, as long as this coronavirus thing does not end our usual lives. Question, where are you right now? Burna Boy replied, my house, you should be in yours too. Another question, Oga, you too dey missian? Burna Boy replied, it's not missianing if I back it up every time without fail, so talk another thing. Another question, why did you choose your mom as your manager and when should we expect a new hits jam? Burna Boy replied, because she's the only person qualified to talk to me and she's the only living human being that I truly trust 100%. Trust. Another question, if you are to go on a hit battle with any fellow Nigerian artist, who would that be? Burna Boy replied, I don't really know what a hit battle is, but I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with any worthy challenger, lyrically, musically, physically, however they want it. Another question, I absolutely love your music, listen to it at least twice a day, and you have an amazing fashion sense. Who is your stylist? Burna Boy replied, my sister at Ronnie O. She's the best stylist in the world. Another question, ever used your fame to get something for free? Burna Boy replied, I believe that free things always come back to bite you in the ass, so I don't like free stuff. Another question, Burna Boy, have you gotten the artist for Odogu remix? Burna Boy replied, I want Atfino, Zoro Swag Bag, Il Bliss, and Afambu That Nigga Raw. Another question, Burna Boy, have you ever doubted yourself? Burna Boy replied, yes, a few times actually, but my mindset has always been I would rather die than ever bend or fold. Another question from Simply Tacha. What was it like growing up in PHT and chasing your dreams? Burna Boy replied, it was beautiful and it was hell at the same time, but it showed me all the lessons I needed to learn to face the world. Another question, who is your greatest competition? Burna Boy replied, myself. Another question, talking about all the challenges and the hardship you went through, why are you not motivated to have a kid, or do you have one already that we don't know? Burna Boy replied, I just want to be as good a parent to my children as my parents were and still are to me and my sisters. Until I'm confident that I can be stable and settle with the mother of my kids, I can't have no kids. Another question, Burna Boy replied, don't get it twisted. Wizkid Ayo is my brother forever and I love him to death. Even though recently I don't fuck with his Twitter FC, I'm too seasoned to let Twitter handle speech me against any of my brothers for entertainment. Another question, Burna Boy grew up in PHT and you sound fluent in Yoruba in most of your songs. Do you have any connections with Yoruba? Burna Boy replied, my mother's side. Another question, besides being you, what's your favorite thing about you? Burna Boy replied, my family, my girlfriend and gang. Another question, who was Gambo to you? Burna Boy replied, everything a blood brother should be. Another question, we are pained that you are sample and playing acting like a king mofo. Burna Boy replied, all the greatest in the world have sampled things they love and realistically I do it the least compared to them. I challenge you and anyone to prove I'm not who I say I am, you insect. Another question. Most times I'm tired of this life, tired of fighting, but I'm not even in the limelight. You have fame and all. How do you push through without letting the hate get to you? Burna Boy replied, I stay militant. They turned me into the rebel militant I am today, and I am glad they did. Another question. Sir Burna, when was the first time you performed on stage? Burna Boy replied, Calabar Carnival. Another question. How do you feel knowing your hard work have put you where you are today? Burna Boy replied, I feel like walking 10000000000000000 times harder. Another question. Burna Boy, how do you feel when people tell it to your face that you are proud? Burna Boy replied, none of these Twitter handles could ever say shit to my face. I wish they would though. I really do. Another person asked, you are one of the greatest minds in the game. I remember meeting you in Transport Calabar where I worked at the time, man. You are a storm. You really do inspire me. Burna Boy replied, bless you. Another question. Baba, after that your post when you say nobody help you to reach the top, you know say the post been dey like this, some of your colleagues in the industry begin give you attitude. Burna Boy replied, make the person wey e pain come outside talk say e pain am. I dey wait. Another question. Burna, how did you feel losing the Grammy? Sick, totally sick, but my musical mother Angelique Kidjo told me everything I needed to understand about the Grammys. So now I am twice as tall. That's the name of my next album by the way, dropping in July by the grace of the Most High. Another question. I pray you and Dawn finally get married cause I'm sure she's as beautiful inside as she is outside. Burna Boy replied, she really and truly is. People have no idea what a queen I got. Another question. God forbid anything happens to that boy. See verified evidence. How do you all in all your wisdom and grandeur issue a threat as this in broad day Twitter? Come on man, Burna Boy, you bigger than all of this really. Burna Boy replied, you're right bro, I overreacted there. But he definitely deserves a few slaps for that though. Regardless, my apologies to everyone for overreacting. It wasn't called for. Another question. You are no more a big personality just in Africa but beyond many borders. Now, more eyes are now on you and many eyes are still coming on you as well. Burna Boy replied, I can only do my best and let the Most High undo the rest. If I too reason I lose guard. Another question. What is your favorite color? Burna Boy replied, black. Another question. I got really pissed when I saw you come out to answer critics some days after the Grammys. You know the whole nobody paved the way for me. I saw no reason for you. Burna Boy replied, if you do not speak your truth, the lies will become your truth. For more of this juicy entertainment news, please log on to our website at www.broadwaytv.tv and on Instagram at the Broadway TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Broadway Africa.